Hello and welcome to today's lesson. We're going to learn how to create different levels of headings using HTML and how to style them using CSS. Here we have an empty website that I'll use to show you how to create headings. Using a shortcut, I'll paste a short sentence. Next, I'd like to add a heading. Altogether, there are 6 different levels of headings. To create them, we use the H1 to H6 elements. To create a Level 1 heading, I'll type the H1 opening and closing tag. Next, I'll add some text that I want to style as a main heading. When you refresh the browser, you can see that the text enclosed inside the H1 element turned into a heading. Also, notice that the sentence automatically wrapped to the next line. We didn't even need to use the BR element. This behavior applies to all H1 through H6 elements. However, the structure of the document isn't always this easy. Very often, you'll also need to use smaller headings or subheadings. To create these, simply use the rest of H2 through H6 elements. To create a Level 2 heading, I'll first type the H2 opening and closing tag. Again, I'll add some text to format as a heading. When you refresh the browser, notice that the Level 2 heading is considerably smaller than the Level 1 heading. To create even smaller headings, use the H3 through H6 elements. I'll start by creating the H3 element, which I'll place under the H2 element. After refreshing the browser, you can see that the H3 element has again created a smaller heading. Next, I'll create a Level 4 heading. This heading can be used for less important information. I'll finish by creating the H5 and H6 elements. These elements can be used in long documents containing a large amount of information when it's important to divide the text into many sections. When you refresh the browser, notice that the Level 5 and Level 6 headings are even smaller than a regular text. I'll switch to full screen so you can compare all levels of headings at the same time. Keep in mind that HTML elements only define the structure of the document. All of the elements from H1 through H6 only tell the browser that this is a heading of a certain level of importance. However, the final appearance is usually adjusted by CSS. Using style sheets, we can make headings bigger or smaller. We can also change their color, font, and many other properties. Let me show you how to change the size of the Level 6 heading, because I'd like it to be easier to read. I'll place the cursor inside the H6 opening tag and type style, equals, and quotes. Inside the quotes, I'll type font size, a colon, and a value of 18 pixels. Next, I'll refresh the browser. Notice that now, after applying the FONT-SIZE CSS property, the Level 6 heading is even larger than the Level 5 and 4 headings. Also, the top and bottom margin is slightly bigger. The Level 5 heading isn't very distinct, so I'd like to change its color. For example, I'd like it to be red. Again, I'll use the style attribute. Inside the H5 opening tag, I'll type style, equals, and quotes. To change color, we use the color property. I'll set the value to red. Don't forget to add a semicolon. After browser refresh, you can see that the Level 5 heading is now red. The style of the H4 element also seems to be too ordinary. Let's use CSS to change its font. I like Arial, which is sans serif. Again, I'll add the style attribute inside the H4 opening tag. Inside the quotes, I'll type font family and a colon. Next, I'll set the value to Arial. Let's refresh the browser again. You can see that the Level 4 heading is now in a different sans serif font. I'll finish off with a little advice. It concerns nesting heading elements. I can assure you that it doesn't work. It has no effect, and, in addition, the code won't be valid. For instance, this code is invalid and does not match the standards. Because of this, always remember that you must not nest any of the H1 through H6 elements within each other. In this lesson, we learned how to create headings using the H1 through H6 elements. We also learned how to change their size, color, and font using CSS. Thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you the next time.